my wonderful viewers. In this video, I want to quickly react to the recent video of the visit of Riley Moore, the US congressman who visited Nigeria recently. And in the visit, he went straight to the IDP camp located at Benue State. The goal of the visit is to have a first-hand information of the issue of killing and the displacement of people from their residence. So in the visit, he was able to interact with some of the displaced people at the IDP camp, and he was able to get in touch with them and was told that even at the IDP camp, in some of the occasions that these terrorists normally come there and still terrorize them even at the IDP camp. So I just want you to quickly watch this video till the end and drop your comment in the comment section below. Thank you very much.
The United States are currently in a period of significant rapprochement on counter-terrorism efforts with a new strategic security framework close to being finalized. This follows a series of high-level diplomatic engagements aimed at strengthening security partnerships and opening new avenues for cooperation. For more on this, APC chieftain Farouk Aliyu joins us from our Abuja studio. On the political front, he will also be speaking on the allegations of one-party system and government's intervention in Benin Republic. Thank you very much for joining us, Honorable Farouk Aliyu. Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Abati.
Well, Honorable Farouk Aliyu, we saw Congressman Riley Moore visiting Nigeria, and he was in Benue State. He met with bishops. He met with the Tortiv. He visited IDP camp, where he said up to about 600,000 persons are in IDP camps. He met with the National Security Advisor. He has appeared on television on his return to the U.S., and he says he's going to prepare a report, which he will submit to the President of the United States, Donald Trump, and that he'll be recommending pathways for cooperation between Nigeria and the United States. Do you think that the Nigerian government has made significant progress, particularly with the bilateral working group between both countries, and that we will not end up being classified as a country of particular concern that must be punished?
Well, Dr. Abati, I can see you
the
actually,
two countries can work together.
I'm sure you can hear me. Whether Nigeria, it's afraid not to being classified, this is absolutely the prerogative of the United States of America. We are a country, a sovereign nation, a proud people, and so we cannot determine what or how America perceives us. We are not the only country that America has classified in that regards. Look at Saudi Arabia. I mean, they have been on that list for only God knows how long. Not long ago, their king was in the Oval House, the villa there, the White House. He was received. So, but as it regards to us, we are not as strong as the U.S. We are not competing with them. We cannot match them in terms of what they want to do to us. To me, personally, I'm not speaking on behalf of government. To me, they're a bully, really. Because even while coming to Nigeria, fair is fair. They came, they went to Benue State, went to IDP camp. For them to have complete report, probably they also need to sit with both sides. We that live in this country know that it is not true. It is absolutely not true that there is genocide against the Christians. Whether Christians are being killed in this country is true. Whether Muslims are being killed in this country is true. So there is no deliberate effort by either groups in this country to kill one another. And this mayhem affects all of us. And so even if United States or any other country tries to paint us in this light, now we should look inwards. What are the problems? Why are these things happening? And we as a government, as a people also, should try to make amends with so many mistakes that, previous government, present government, are doing in trying to because there is perception that the government is not doing enough. You can also not stop people from saying so as well. So to me, it's a welcome idea. They came, they spoke, and we're waiting for their report. But whatever their report is, whatever the report will be, the problem is in Nigeria. So we as a people need to look at ourselves in the eyes. The government needs to be up and about. The government needs to take it serious that, look, it's not because US is making noise. But yes, are our people being killed? Yes, our people are being killed. And we should not try to divide ourselves among ethnic or religious lines. Because as I said, these brigandage, these killings affect everybody. And unfortunately, there are people who will kill and say Allahu Akbar. Yeah, so in that kind of effort, people will think that, okay, they are Muslims. But yes, you cannot say they're not Muslims, but by name. No right-thinking Muslim will believe in killing. Absolutely. It is against Christianity. It is against Islam. So we should look ourselves and go about this thing in a better way.
All right, okay. There are a number of issues around, this administration. And since we're looking at the state of the nation, you talked about the efforts made in security and insecurity. Some might agree, some might disagree. But I want you to talk about the state of your party, the APC, and the accusation of the APC by opposition parties that you're turning, under this administration, using, weaponizing state bodies like the FCC, ICPC, the Nigerian police, and witch hunting some of the politicians to induce them to joining the APC. What would you have to say about this with regards to a one-party state in Nigeria?
Well, about one-party state, it's really very subjective because no coercion, absolutely no coercion. Your colleague that left here before I came mentioned what happened in Anambra State. I mean, there is no any deal between our government and any of these states. So in the wisdom of Soludo, decided to say he was going to support Mr. President. And we would have loved to take Anambra State. So which means APC should. Our people went there to contest. We lost. And that's it. So any of these governors that, comes to us, do we tell them, no, don't come? And there is no coercion. And if anybody talks about being victimized or weaponizing the anti-corruption agencies, the question you should put to them, are there grounds? Is it true? Are there allegations? These are allegations. So let the people, whether in government or out of government, as at today, there are senior members of our party, the APC, that are being prosecuted by EFCC or ICPC. So, but, it's part of the opposition. I mean, I don't blame them. They can say whatever they want to say, but there is no evidence whatsoever to show that we are weaponizing EFCC against any one of them, anybody in this country for that matter.
Okay. I mean, so I'll just read this out to you. It was a statement issued by ECWA. ECWA has about close to 10 million members in Nigeria. And I'm just going to paraphrase because it's quite a long statement. So they said that ECWA firmly and solemnly declares that there is clear, verifiable evidence of systematic coordinated campaign against Christians in Nigeria. Hardly a day passes with reports of killings in Christian community. And invariably, what they have been saying here is that all of this amounts to genocide. It was a statement signed by Reverend Dr. Ayuba Asheshe, ECWA General Secretary. I mean, what do you tell this 10 million strong church that says that there is Christian genocide and they're killing their members? I mean, not to say there are not killings of Muslims in the country. What do you tell this ECWA church? That's number one. Number two, you said you want evidence that we're not tilting into a one-party state or that people are not being coerced to join. I mean, look at the cases. Look at the EFCC cases now. I mean, Aliko Dangote just spoke about a serving government official that he said he can provide evidence for that he sent his child to school with $5 million in Switzerland. We have not seen the EFCC pick that up, but we have seen the case of Malami, we have seen the case of Ngige, and we're not saying people should not account for their misdemeanors, But is it that everybody that serves in this government is a saint? That there's no one case, of any allegations going up of corruption and the likes and all of that, Till today, somebody will have asked, okay, I thought the kind of persistence as we were chasing Yaya Bello then, all of it seemed to have simmered down. Anyway, I'm not going to argue that the case is in court. So these are the things people are looking at. And you said you would have loved to take Anambra. You didn't really put forward a viable candidate. I'm not sure your party stakeholders went to campaign with Ukachukwu in Anambra, so you were not interested in Anambra. You had already done a deal with Soludo long ago that he was going to tilt his way. So, these are just some of the pushbacks. And good to see you. I wish you the best of the season. All the great festivities this season. I wish you the very best. And congratulations again to was it your child that had a ceremony that I wasn't part of? I'm sorry I couldn't be there. Please forgive me once again. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Rufai. Now, I don't want to talk about numbers now, whether ECWA, are 10 million or they are 100 million. But a life is a life. A life of a Christian ECWA is a life. A life of a Muslim is a life. Whether there are killings in this country, yes, there are killings. Whether Christians are killed in Nigeria, yes, Christians are killed. Whether Muslims are killed in Nigeria, Muslims are killed. So to me, I cannot stop them from saying whatever they want to say. But genocide, if you look at the meaning of genocide, in this country, there is no deliberate effort by either the Christian militia, if they are, or the Muslim militia, if they are, to deliberately go after, okay, now we're talking about the Christians. There is nowhere where a group of Muslims decide to go and attack Christians because they are Christians. Because this whole issue of problem probably started with Boko Haram.
I have a case.
The case...
Mr. Faruk, I have a case.
Okay. Go ahead. Which one?
Archie. Reverend Archie was apprehended and kidnapped from his home because he was a Christian clergy. And he was killed despite the fact that ransom was paid. In fact, I advocated for that case. His wife is still in captivity. God only knows what has happened to her. The terrorists have been posting pictures on YouTube on Facebook. For some days now, they've not been able to get where they are. The only reason why Reverend Archie was taken was because it was a Christian clergy. He was targeted, and they went to his house and they took him because it was Christian clergy. And I have copious evidence from the family members that I investigated and I spoke to.
There are so many evidences also against Muslims being kidnapped and killed. A very prominent cleric in Kano was also killed by suspected Muslim, bandits or extremists and so on. So I am saying genocide when probably group of people maybe the majority of Muslims in this country are trying to target Christians, making sure that Christians do not, rear their heads. That is not true. But whether there are killings, yes, I admit there are killings. And there are in certain areas where you have Christians, more Christians, yes, when people are killed, probably more Christians are killed. When you go to northwestern part of this country, there are more Muslims in northern part of this country. A lot of them are being killed also daily. So let us not even go there. Look, and no government will just sit by and allow these things to happen. So it is not about the government or even the Muslims, the leaders, Muslim leaders in this country are targeting Christians. These are hooligans, these are bandits, these are criminals who go about killing people in the name of religion. And I told you, any sensible Muslim should or kill any other person, talk less of a Christian. Now, you spoke about deal, between us and Soludo. It's up to you, Rufai, to think that we have any deal. But in politics, we will do everything legally possible to win an election. Is that the problem of APC if other parties are disintegrating? Is it the problem of us because you have served in government and now you are being prosecuted, you start raising a red flag that is because you're in opposition? The Ngige you mentioned, the last time I checked, was still a member of APC. There are senior members of this party, of our party, that have been prosecuted, some former ministers. They are in court. And the Yahya Bello you spoke about, the case is in court. So what do you want us to do? The EFCC will have to do their work every day. ICPC will have to do their work every day. And if anybody thinks, look, the question you should ask them, are there evidences or are there allegations or suspicion of this thing happening? Yeah.
Okay, well, I just wanted us to wrap up. We're trying to manage time. And we would like to thank you very much for joining us on the morning show today. Thank you very much indeed.